Hi everyone, of course it's Linda, and I decided to make some more comfort food. I know we're all kind of going through a hard time right now where, you know, we can all use some comfort food, and but we're going to get through this together. I miss my little grandkids, I think, more than anything, and it just really shows you what we miss the most when we don't have it. And so, but we can still cook healthy, we can take care of ourselves. I'm not letting this get to me and gain back 80 pounds that I've lost on WW. So I hope I'm encouraging you too also to take this time to create maybe some new recipes and to get out things in your cupboards. If not, use Instacart or any of the other ones that are out there. I don't promote any of them, I just tell you what I use so I can stay in and take care of myself. And so I'm going to make shepherd's pie, but I'm going to make it a lighter version to make it WW friendly, but very easy. And it's so appropriate since this is Passover week and Easter is Sunday. And even though we won't be going to our church, we do have church here in our home. We watch online. And my husband and I have decided that this Sunday we're going to dress up. You know, it's okay. You know, church is where you are and God is here. So the shepherd's pie kind of reminded me how, you know, of our shepherd, our Heavenly Father that takes good care of us. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to use in the recipe. Just going to go over this real quickly. I can't believe it's not butter light. A little bit of unsweetened almond milk, some chicken broth, some minced garlic, some green beans, corn, and a healthy choice cheddar cheese, condensed soup, a little salt and pepper, and then a half of an onion I'm going to chop, 2 cups of instant mashed potatoes, and then 1 package of extra lean ground turkey. You can also use extra lean chicken. If you want to use beef, go right ahead. Just remember they are more points, so you'll need to adjust the points. But this actually tastes really good, so that's why I'm making it. Oh, and also I'm going to use a couple tablespoons of all-purpose flour to thicken up the gravy sauce. So I'm going to get started right now. Okay, the first thing you need to do is brown the ground turkey. And I'm using my Instant Pot on Sauté because it heats up real fast, and then I mix everything in here. So easy. You don't have to do this. You can use a skillet if you'd like, but this is really good, especially when I'm doing a demonstration. And even when I don't do a demonstration, I use my Instant Pot. I love it that much. So I've just washed my hands real good. We wash all the time. So important. Anyway, so here's the ground turkey. Put it in there, and I'll be right back when I wash my hands. Okay, I'm back. I just washed my hands. And I put the ground turkey you saw in here. I sprayed the Instant Pot with, I think I did, pretty sure I did, with a little bit of non-stick spray. That just helps with your cleanup, especially when you're doing ground turkey or ground chicken or even ground beef that doesn't have any fat in it or very little fat. It will stick a lot easier. So I'm going to brown this. And it's starting to brown up a little bit right now. As soon as it starts to brown up, then you want to go ahead and add the onion and the garlic and a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and add that right now. I've got a half of a chopped onion. I've got a tablespoon of minced garlic. I buy that garlic in the big thing at Costco, and I always have it. So glad I do that, especially since I don't get out very much now. Well, I don't get out at all, but that's okay. And then I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper to this to taste. And I'll be adding a little more to my mashed potatoes later, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to stir this all together until the turkey is completely browned and the onions are kind of softened. And then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the water boiling on the stove for that mashed potatoes. The turkey, ground turkey is almost done. You want to take your spoon and break it up while it's cooking so you don't have really big chunks of ground turkey in it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, the ground turkey is all cooked. It doesn't really brown. I put lightly brown, but you know, turkey still stays kind of white. So then you want to take it out. You want to put it in a bowl or separate container because then I'm going to use this pot to make the gravy. While the meat is browning, I'm going to go ahead and start the instant potatoes. I'm going to take 2 cups of water, and I'm going to take a half of a cup of unsweetened almond milk. I'm going to put it on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then I'll add the mashed potatoes. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to start making the gravy. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of the I can't believe it's not butter. Just so you'll know, 1/8 of a cup is 2 tablespoons. Boy, that's going to cook fast because it's hot. Anyway, you want to put that in your skillet or into your Instant Pot. And then I'm going to, because this is really cooking down, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the broth with it. Kind of cook it down just a little bit. There we go. And because this Instant Pot cooks really fast. The main thing I'm doing right now is to make like a roux, you know, to make a little bit of the thickening for the gravy. So I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, mix in with this to thicken. I don't know why this is doing. I'm so sorry. Cooking here real fast. As it starts to cook in the Instant Pot, if it's cooking too fast, just pour a little bit more of the, same as a skillet, of the broth, because you're going to use this whole can of broth by the time we're done here. But you want to let this thicken up. You want to get all the flour dissolved into a thick roux so it doesn't clump. You don't want your flour to clump. Just keeping it real, keeping it real. You can see how fast I'm stirring it because this cooks so fast in the Instant Pot. That's why I'm showing it to you like this. I'm getting all of the flour dissolved really good. I'm going to add a little bit more. The trick to this is to add a little bit of the broth at a time. And this is 1 can of fat-free chicken broth. It's 14.5 ounces. And this is what I'm making the gravy with. So I'm going to continue doing this and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this really cool thing here, if you can see it. It's for avocados. But it's really good when you're doing something like this and you want to make sure every bit of the flour is dissolved. So there was a couple little bumps in here, little tiny clumps. I know they probably don't matter, so I get this out and I use it. Now I'm putting the rest of the chicken broth in with it. We'll let this cook and I'll be right back. Okay, the gravy's been cooking down. It doesn't get real thick, which is good because we need to add all this other stuff to it. Now we're going to add a half a can of the Healthy Choice cheddar cheese. Half a can goes into the gravy and the other half is going to go into the mashed potatoes, which I've already fixed in there right here. I want to get this going, so I'll mix this in with it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my Instant Pot now because I'm just stirring this around. And after the soup mixes real good, which it is right now, this needs to cool down anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go over here. I'm going to add the other half a can to my instant mashed potatoes. Also, if you like your potatoes creamier, just add a little bit more of the unsweetened almond milk. So I'm going to add the other half a can to the potatoes. Well, that's cooking together. Okay, I put the other half of the can of the cheese, and you want to add like another, maybe about a half a can of almond milk together with this. Just put it right in the can, mix it around, add it so it's a little creamier, otherwise it's too thick. That looks perfect. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, the gravy didn't look like it was creamy enough for me, so I added a half a cup of unsweetened almond milk to it. I usually add a little milk to my gravy anyway. Now it looks better. Okay, and I've turned the Instant Pot off because I don't need it to cook anymore. I'm just using it like a bowl right now, which I could just take it out, but I'm going to add This is the ground turkey with the onion and the garlic and spices. And then I have 1 can of green beans and 1 can of corn. It's all drained. I put it in here. I'm going to add this to the mixture. And then I'm going to stir this all together. I'm going to put it in the bottom of my casserole dish that I've sprayed with a cooking spray to help this clean up. So I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to pour it into here. Here's the mashed potatoes. I added the half a can of cheese to the instant potatoes, and along with a half a can, with a half a can also of almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, to it to give it a more of a creamy texture. I added a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this too, for taste. I like lots of pepper, not a lot of salt, but a lot of pepper, so there we go. And now I will kind of fast forward while I show you what I do next. I'm just going to layer it, just putting the meat on first, the potatoes on next. It's going to go in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Here we go. Okay, now I'm spreading the potatoes with a little spatula, little rubber spatula, just carefully spreading it on top of the turkey mixture. And like I said, now it's going to go in the oven that's been preheated to 350 for around 30 minutes or until it's bubbly. So you want to kind of look at it. You could make this in the air fryer oven, but I thought, you know, to help you guys right now, I would just go ahead and do it here. I'm making the big portion, even though there's 2 of us, because I will freeze half of this, and I've been doing this lately, so we have some other food for later. And so you can do this in the air fryer oven. It wouldn't take us long. Do it in a smaller pan and do it at 350 also, and probably like half the time. So if it was just you know, if things were the way they are right now, where I'm limited on going to the store, I would just go ahead and just do the half. But I'm trying to conserve and make meals that I can freeze and put away, so I don't have to cook as much or run to the store as much. Okay, this looks really good. Okay, it's going to go in the oven now for 30 minutes. Okay, the shepherd's pie is all done. I just spooned out 1 serving, and this makes 8 servings. So I'm using a small plate here, but this is a really good size serving of comfort food, and it's only 3 WW Blue points. And so if you like my recipes, please share it with others, or if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I just want to be a blessing to others and help you along your journey as you're trying to stay healthy or to lose weight. I'm maintaining after losing 80 pounds, and so I eat like this all the time. And it's wonderful. You don't have to eat boring food that they send to you, or you can serve this to your family, and it's healthier for them. And we're going to have a nice salad with it. And then I also made a peach cobbler that I will be posting after this one, probably tomorrow. And so some more comfort food coming. We could all use a little comfort and blessing during this time of year. Actually during this time that we're going through. And this is Passover season. That's one of the reasons I really like the idea of doing shepherd's pie. Just remember that, you know, He holds us in His hands, and He will get us through this. God bless you guys, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.